Hello everybody, my name is ADD Spanky. Welcome to NGAP Radio. Coming up, I've got the Nothing I Must Be, followed by Pairings, and finally, Finn X Lady. Oh, when you get X by the lady, it's simply stupendous. NGAP Radio, the only radio with a gap inside its own butt.
My imagination runs deeper than the blue. Deeper I have built paradise such I would make for you. And beyond time I wait and turn to stand in vain, staring endlessly into the things I've made and could create on this endless blank slate. This holds my temperament for only so long, but the birds do not sing in their own song. And I feel if I forget myself they will, and I can convince them that it's real, but that song is always the same, and I cannot help but create, but I cannot make choice. I can put together your voice and put words in your head, read them back to me again. Puppet master wanting love, every character play to its counterpart to a T, but the script is not new to me. It is the verses I could make the dress. The only surprise is I feel less in how much I begin to think. There's no difference between awake and asleep. Puppet on a piece, you are not what you may think to be. And I feel if I forget myself they will, and this world might have a chance to be real. Cause if it's not real, then what's the point of puppet death that I chose to join? If final breath not taken again, you're the closest thing to my friend, and this is none as you are done. It's been a hard eternity long since we left the dream, and I left the notion alive, ruined from this random sequence. My numbers have lost themselves for no reason, but a lone thought grows like a galaxy supernova and incorrect mathematically. Is this the break that I need, or just another sun that I've seen? And I feel if I forget myself they will, and I can finally believe it's real. So long as I'm gone, the closer we are. If I stand and pull jigs out of your fur, I am also watching you burn, and I must be nothing, the nothing I must be. And I must be nothing, the nothing I must be.
99.9% of lovers die. The princess and Fluttershy, and SpongeBob and his Japanese lover, tentacle porn and sex between brothers. Helen Parr is Violet's mother. She is also her favorite lover. And I know someone likes Batani. She watches her making babies with Kiara. Fuck me in my mind, I can't remain silent this time. 8 million artists laughing, 8 million artists testifying. 87% of lovers died this year. Shio fucks a cocky after drinking some beer. Finn told Lady Rainick Cord he meant the best with what he had to say. It doesn't always sound that way. Now Powder and Panini are married. Their children are getting buried. Spyro didn't want Cinder to have an abortion. Beast Boy wanted Raven to have an abortion. Take me away from this internet artwork. I don't want to see the results of your hard work. Your love for pairings only reminds me. It makes me realize that I feel lonely. Most of the lovers in this world will die. This doesn't apply to you and I. Tigress and Poe are a pairing I know. Rocket and Groot, Arachne and a Root. Megatron and Optimus Prime. Lovers until the end of time. Mabel and her brother Dipper. A boy making love with his sister. Someone cringed when he kissed her. When he kissed her. When he kissed her. 50% of lovers die. Princess Celestia and Fluttershy. Fluttershy died in a hotel fire. Incense, candles, drugs, and desire. Helen and Violet died as well. Now they are going to hell. 100% of lovers will die. A universal truth no one can deny. Shio killed Sakaki. She stabbed her in her chest. She laughed as her soul went away. It took its final rest. Gadoman and Kari is a pairing that no one loves. One person loves and draws it. That love is enough.
Finn wasn't upset about the events that had occurred the night before. He didn't regret taking the beautiful Lady Rainicorn back to his home, and he didn't regret spending an evening in his home courting the beautiful woman. He didn't regret walking her home once it got dark, and he didn't regret giving up his umbrella so that she wouldn't get wet when it started to rain on their way back to her home. He especially didn't regret giving the beautiful Lady Rainicorn a goodnight kiss once they reached the front steps of her home. It was safe to say that he didn't regret anything that he had done the night before, and if given the chance, he would likely repeat the night a second time, and possibly a third. He didn't regret anything he had said or done the night before. His brother, on the other hand, "What the hell were you doing with my girl?" Jake screamed at his brother as he walked into their home soaking wet after walking his date to her house. Finn gave his brother a smile as he removed his shoes and started walking towards the couch where his brother was currently sitting with his television on, presumably watching a pre-recorded comedy show. "She is not your girl," Finn said with a smile as he grabbed the remote from its perch on top of the cushion between the two brothers, "so I can do whatever I want with her. I don't need your permission," Finn said with a grin as he pressed play on the remote, and the television show that Jake had presumably been watching before Finn walked inside started to play. Jake growled at his brother before he turned his attention towards the television, where at that moment there appeared to be an argument taking place between two dolls animated in stop motion style. "She should be my girl," Jake stated after a few minutes as he attempted to hide the light smile forming on his face as he continued to watch the show. Finn gave his brother a smile before leaning back into the couch as a dreamlike expression appeared on his face. "It doesn't really matter whose girl she is. Either way, one of us is going to be upset," Finn said with a smile that was returned with one from his brother. "I guess you're right. It's better to have one of us be happy than none of us," Jake said as he focused a little more of his attention on the television, where at that moment a toy Batman appeared to be swimming through a lake of human waste inside what appeared to be a sewer pipe. "I still wish it was me, though," Jake said, before letting loose a long laugh as he watched the toy Batman screaming to the heavens in a parody of the Shawshank Redemption as a Morgan Freeman-style voiceover was heard. Finn smiled at the sight of his brother's change in mood and started laughing along with him.
But then you've got all kinds of shit.
After a few seconds of laughter, Jake reached for the remote and started searching through the pre-recorded videos recorded by their PVR, and Finn absent-mindedly glanced at the time on the top of the screen. 12:25, Finn thought, as he read the numbers on the screen while watching his brothers cycle through the list of recordings, searching for something that both brothers would enjoy. They both knew that they shouldn't have been staying up so late. They did have school the next day after all. But they had both come to a silent agreement when Finn walked into the house after his date with Lady Rainicorn, that they would use this time to bond and talk about their feelings regarding the newly formed relationship, rather than laying in their beds and forming their own opinions about it. The great thing about twin brothers is that they could speak for hours without saying a word. They didn't need to speak with their mouths, because oftentimes something as simple as a glance could reveal everything that was on their minds. And something as simple as the way they ate breakfast could be used to determine if something was wrong in their lives.
One of the brothers guys that passed the computer missing. It's the dish off the old Virgo 2 lunar lander.
Finn knew that Jake had a large crush on Lady Rainicorn, and he knew that Jake had fantasized about going on a date with the beautiful girl ever since he first saw her in 9th grade. Of course, Jake knew that Finn loved her as well, and had fantasized about the date that he had just shared with Lady Rainicorn for an equally large amount of time. "You do know that you're a dead man if you break her heart," Jake said, as his happy expression turned into a serious expression as his finger hovered over the play button on the remote and the television screen, showing that he had chosen to watch an episode of Mad, which was a show that they both enjoyed. Jake smiled and nodded his head. "I don't think I could live with myself if I did," Finn said, as his dreamy expression overtook his face as he started thinking about his beautiful new girlfriend. They both knew that Finn wasn't the kind of guy who would break a girl's heart if he could help it, and he had proven it by dating Princess Bubblegum for a number of weeks for the sole purpose of boosting her confidence, and that the question was simply used to crack the silence that filled the air. Jake smiled before pressing play on the remote and laying it in a comfortable position on the couch as the television show started playing. That's good to know, Jake said with a smile as he started chuckling at the opening joke told by the newscaster before the episode started to play. Because I don't think I could live with you if you did.
Well, that was Pairings and Finn X Lady. That was just effing weird. My name's Eddie Spanky. Coming up, I've got Shinra Corporation, followed by Inverted New Mix Test, and my inner face. Not my outer face, my inner face. Because when you want to interface with me, you gotta enter my face.
just not to us.
Gonna get himself killed.
Well, that was Shinra Corporation, followed by Inverted New Mix Test and My Interface. Well, my name is ADD Spanky, and you've been watching NGAP Radio. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, because, hey, if you don't, we won't be able to stay on the air. Thank you all for being underground in my domain of my pants.